The strange signal. The cold wind blew across the white snow. The sky was gray, and the air was quiet. A small figure walked slowly in the snow, holding something close. It was an alien mother. Her skin was pale blue, her arms thin, and her eyes full of pain. In her arms, she carried her daughter, just a child, wrapped in a dirty silver blanket. Both were barefoot. Their feet were red from the cold. They were freezing. They had been walking for hours, maybe days. No food, no water, no place to rest. Only snow and silence. In the distance, the lights of a human military base glowed. Tall metal walls stood strong against the snowstorm. Cameras moved silently, scanning everything. Drones floated above the ground like quiet eyes. The alien mother saw the wall. She walked closer, slowly. Her legs were shaking, but she didn't stop. Her daughter was sleeping, her little face cold and pale. The camera turned. It locked on the alien mother. Inside the base, alarms started to beep. "Commander!" a soldier called. "We have movement near the west wall." Commander Rivas walked to the screen. He saw the alien female on the camera. "Zoom in," he said. The screen showed the alien mother. She looked weak and tired. Her daughter was in her arms. Rivas stared at the image. He said nothing. "Sir," the soldier asked, "should we send a team?" Commander Rivas stayed quiet. Then he said, "Not yet. Keep the wall sealed. Watch them." Outside, the alien mother stopped at the wall. A red light blinked above her. A voice came from a speaker. "This is human territory. Step back. Do not come closer." The alien mother didn't move. She looked up. Her lips were dry. Her voice was soft and slow. She spoke in broken English. "Please, we are not enemy. Just a hungry. My child, she needs food. We just want a warm meal." The wind blew harder. Her daughter moved in her arms, half asleep, her small hand holding her mother's chest. Inside the base, a young medic named Sarah watched the camera. Her heart felt heavy. "She's holding a child," Sarah said quietly. Another soldier replied, "They could be faking it. Could be a trick. We don't know what these aliens are capable of." Sarah didn't answer. She looked at the child on the screen. She saw the mother's face. It was the face of someone who had lost everything. In the command room, more officers gathered. "Sir," one of them said, "we should not trust them. This could be bait. The child could be a weapon. We've seen this before." Commander Rivas nodded. "Yes, we can't take chances. Lock down the west sector. No contact." "But sir," Sarah said, "they're freezing. That child might die." "We are not a charity," the commander replied. "Our duty is to protect this base. No exceptions." Sarah felt her hands shake. "What if we're wrong?" she asked. "What if they're just trying to survive?" The room was silent. Commander Rivas turned away. "Maintain protocol," he said. "No entry. No communication. Keep watching them." Hours passed. The alien mother sat in the snow. She held her child close to her chest, trying to keep her warm. The snow fell on her shoulders. Her eyes stayed on the wall. She didn't move. She didn't speak again. Inside the base, the cameras kept recording. No one helped. But Sarah couldn't stop watching. She whispered to herself, "Why did you come here? What happened to you?" She pressed a button to review the camera feed. Then something strange happened. The mother looked directly into the camera, as if she could see Sarah through it. And then she smiled, just a little. It was not a smile of hope. It was a smile of trust. A quiet message. "We believe you will help us." Far above the sky, a satellite blinked. A signal had been received from deep space. Something unknown. Something strange. Commander Rivas got a message from Command HQ. "Unknown energy detected near your sector. Stay alert. Prepare for possible contact." He read it twice. At the same time, outside the base, the alien child opened her eyes. She looked up at her mother. The mother said softly in her own language, "They will help us. I believe it." The base was quiet that morning. The snowstorm outside was strong. But inside, the human soldiers moved like machines, cold, alert, and trained. Computers beeped. Screens flashed. Cameras showed every angle of the white world outside. But all eyes were focused on just one screen. The alien mother and her daughter were still sitting outside the wall. They had not moved much. The child was wrapped in the same silver blanket. The mother's arms were tight around her. Both looked tired, frozen. No one spoke for a while. Then Sarah entered the room. She was not a soldier. She was a medic. Young, sharp, kind eyes. She had worked in war zones before. She had seen pain. But this was different. She looked at the screen and whispered, "They're still there." Lieutenant Marlowe, standing beside her, crossed his arms. "Yeah, they haven't moved all night," he said. "Creepy, isn't it?" Sarah frowned. "It's not creepy. It's sad." "Sad." Marlowe laughed without smiling. "They could be scouts, spies, bait, and you feel sorry for them?" Sarah didn't answer. She just kept looking at the mother. In another part of the base, Commander Rivas sat at a long table with other officers. A map of the region showed energy signals, one of them near the alien location. "This signal," said Officer Lang, "started just after the alien mother arrived. Could be tech hidden on them. A tracker. A weapon." Rivas rubbed his forehead. "Or maybe it's just a coincidence." Lang leaned forward. "We've seen aliens use civilians before. They let our guards down. Then boom." Rivas looked tired. Not scared, just tired. "Keep them outside," he said. "I'm not risking this base over sympathy." Back in the security room, Sarah watched old footage from the night before. She slowed it down. She paused at one moment. The alien mother looking directly into the camera, smiling faintly. That smile had stayed in Sarah's mind all night. It wasn't evil. It was human. Later that evening, Sarah walked to the wall, quiet, alone. She stood behind the one-way glass. Outside, the snow was lighter now. The alien mother was still there, eyes half open, breathing slow. Her daughter stirred in her arms, weak but alive. Sarah touched the glass, even though the cold could not pass through it. The alien mother opened her eyes. She looked straight at Sarah's direction, as if she felt her there. Suddenly, a small alarm beeped in the base. Nothing serious, just a motion alert from the forest near the base. "Another signal," a guard said. "Could be animals, or worse." Commander Rivas appeared. "Level 2 alert," he ordered. "Keep watch. Still no contact with the aliens. Not until we know what's out there." Back in the medic room, Sarah sat at her desk, staring at a tray of emergency food packs. They were for soldiers, but one wouldn't be missed. She picked it up, put it in her jacket, and walked out. At the base wall, Sarah found a service vent low to the ground. Small but just enough. She knelt, opened the panel slowly, then slid the food pack under. Nothing happened for a moment. Then a hand reached out, thin, blue, shaking, took the food gently. No words, just a soft breath. Then the alien mother nodded once. A slow, respectful nod. Sarah stood up, heart racing. She had just broken protocol. But she also felt, right, like she had done something human. Hours later, Commander Rivas reviewed the camera logs. He saw the movement, the food exchange. He saw Sarah. He said nothing yet, but his eyes narrowed. Far outside, the alien mother fed her daughter, piece by piece, carefully, lovingly. The child opened her eyes and smiled. The mother whispered something in her own language. It was not a war cry. It was not a plan. It was a prayer. A simple one. "Thank you." The wind howled again. The storm had passed, but the cold still stayed. Ice clung to the metal walls of the human base. Inside, soldiers walked the halls like shadows. Alert, quiet, tired. Everyone felt something was coming, but no one knew what. And outside, near the west wall, the alien mother and her daughter were still there. But something had changed. The child was awake and smiling. She held an empty food pouch in her small hands. It was the first food she had eaten in days. Maybe longer. She looked at her mother, her big, round eyes full of trust. The mother smiled back, gently, weakly. She looked toward the wall. She knew someone was watching. She knew someone had helped them. Inside the base, Sarah sat in the medic bay, cleaning her tools, but her mind was elsewhere. She remembered the alien child's face when she received the food. So pure, so thankful, not dangerous, not a monster, just a child. Her hands paused. Her eyes stared at the wall. A soft knock pulled her back. It was Lieutenant Marlowe. "You're quiet today," he said. Sarah looked at him, careful. He leaned against the doorway. "You gave them food, didn't you?" Her eyes widened. "What?" "You're not good at secrets," he said. "I saw the camera feed. I didn't tell the commander. Yet." Sarah stood. "Why not?" Marlowe shrugged. "I wanted to see if you'd lie. You didn't." There was a silence. Then Sarah asked, "Would you let a child starve in front of you?" Marlowe didn't answer. Instead, he asked, "Why do you think they came here? Why this base?" Sarah shook her head. "Maybe they're just running." Marlowe's voice was low now. "Or maybe we're the last place they could run." Outside the wall, the alien mother gently pressed her hand to her daughter's forehead. The child was warmer now, breathing better, her color returning. The mother looked up at the sky. It was empty now, but days ago it had not been. Flashback. The sky burns with fire. A silver alien ship, small and damaged, falls through clouds. Alarms ring in a strange alien language. Sparks fly. Inside, the alien mother holds her daughter as their escape pod launches. She watches the others, her people, still inside the ship. They do not make it. The pod crashes into the snow. The mother screams. Metal twists. Ice flies. Then, silence. Now, in the snow, tears fell from the alien mother's eyes, but they froze before hitting the ground. She held her daughter close again and whispered in her native tongue. "We were not warriors. We were only running." Back at the base, Commander Rivas was in the control room. A new alert flashed. Unknown heat signals. Coming from the East Forest. "Not the same as the alien woman," a soldier said. "This is something bigger." The commander looked at the map. "Could be a rescue ship, or something else. Prepare defense drones. Don't move yet." In the med bay, Sarah sat at her desk. Her screen showed old files. She pulled up records from past alien encounters. Battles. Crashes. Warnings. But one file was different. Hidden. Buried deep. Translation log number 072. From a survivor of a destroyed alien colony. "We asked for help. They didn't listen. We were not soldiers. We were not here to fight. We only wanted to live. But they saw our faces and turned away." Sarah stared at the words. They were almost the same as what the alien mother had said. "We just want a warm meal." Sarah whispered. "They've done this before." Later that night, Sarah walked once again to the wall. But this time something was different. The alien mother was standing now. Not begging. Not afraid. Just waiting. She saw Sarah through the glass. Then she did something strange. She opened her hand and showed a small item. It glowed faintly blue. A memory crystal. Aliens used them to store images, messages, sometimes final thoughts. She pressed it gently to the wall, then stepped back. The sky turned dark again. Not from clouds, but from something else. Above the forest near the human base, a black shadow moved, silent, smooth, large. No one on the ground could see it yet, but the forest animals did. They ran. They knew what was coming. Inside the base, Commander Rivas stood in the war room. He stared at the live drone feed. A heat signal had appeared again, deep in the trees. It was bigger now, closer. "Still no ID on the signal?" he asked. A tech answered, "No, sir. Not human. Not from Earth." Rivas gave a short nod. "Ready the defense systems. No risks. No contact. Elsewhere in the base." Sarah sat alone in the med bay, holding the alien crystal. The glowing memory shard the alien mother had passed through the wall earlier. Sarah hadn't told anyone. She had scanned it in secret. It showed images, not of war, not of soldiers, but of a planet beautiful and green, children playing, families cooking over fires, and then flames. That planet was now ashes. "We ran," said a soft alien voice in the recording. "We ran from the skyfire, from those who saw us as insects. We came here, not for war, but for warmth." Sarah's hands shook. She knew now. They weren't here to spy. They were survivors. At the same time, Lieutenant Marlowe entered the control room. He looked serious. "Sir," he said to Rivas, "I think we need to talk about the alien female." Rivas raised an eyebrow. "Why?" "She's still outside, still peaceful, still asking for food. This doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like weakness." Rivas cut in. "No, sir. Like truth." Rivas stepped closer. "You've seen what their kind has done. Whole cities lost. Ambushes. Trickery. Don't be fooled by a soft face." Marlowe didn't move. "I'm not fooled. I just think maybe this one is different." The commander turned away. "No more discussion. This is an order." Later that night, Sarah walked quietly to the engineering room. She had made a choice. She met with a low-ranking tech named Bren, young, nervous, but loyal to her. "I need your help," she said. He frowned. "This is against protocol." She held out the crystal. He watched the images. His mouth opened slightly. Then he nodded. "I'll do it." At the wall, the alien mother stood again. Her daughter was awake now, sitting up. Her skin looked better, stronger. The mother looked to the sky. She could feel something familiar, something dangerous. She turned and whispered to her child in her own language. "They are near, the ones who destroyed our home. We must not be found again." The child looked scared. She held her mother's hand tightly. Inside the base, Bren tapped a few keys. A small section of the outer gate, just one corner, unlocked silently. No alarms. Sarah moved fast. She grabbed 2 more food packs, wrapped in cloth. Warm, fresh. Then she moved through the hall like a shadow. The camera turned, but only for a second. She reached the outer corridor. Cold wind rushed in. She stepped into the snow, face to face with the alien mother. The two stood still. No guns, no words, just understanding. Sarah held out the food. The alien mother took it slowly with shaking hands. Then, she dropped to her knees. She placed her forehead gently on Sarah's boots, a gesture of deep thanks. Sarah, almost in tears, helped her back up. They looked at each other, woman to woman, mother to medic. Then, behind them, a sharp alarm. Red lights. The gate had been found open. Sarah turned pale. "I have to go," she whispered. The alien mother nodded once, then disappeared into the snow again, food in hand. Back in the base, Rivas stood in front of Sarah. "Why?" he asked, not shouting, just disappointed. Sarah looked him in the eye. "Because she's not a weapon," she said. "She's a mother." Rivas turned to the screen. The heat signal in the forest was closer now. Too close. His voice was quiet. "Then we'll all find out soon if your kindness was a mistake." Far above, the shadow moved across the clouds. The shape of a ship. Dark. Silent. Watching. Waiting. The sky did not roar. It whispered. And then it fell. The soldiers didn't hear anything at first. No bombs. No sirens. Only the quiet hum of machines and the soft ticking of the wind monitors. But something had already entered Earth's sky. Something old. Something hunting. Inside the base, Commander Rivas stood at the main control panel. The heat signal from the forest had stopped moving. "It's gone?" he asked. "No, sir," said the tech. "It just disappeared from sensors." "That's not possible." Another screen flickered. A short signal burst appeared, then vanished. Sarah stood nearby, arms crossed, watching quietly. She hadn't been punished, not yet. Rivas had other things to worry about now. In the snow, the alien mother sat beside her daughter under a curved metal hill, wreckage from their fallen ship. They ate slowly, hands shaking from cold. The child smiled. Her body looked stronger now, but the mother didn't smile. Her eyes stayed fixed on the stars above. She could feel it in her bones. They had been followed. And now, they were not alone. Back in the base, night fell hard. The outer lights flickered once. Just once. Then power returned. But no one noticed the small shadow that passed near the gate. No footsteps. No sound. Only motion. Boom. A loud, distant sound. Like metal hitting earth. Then another. Soldiers jumped to screens. "East drone down," someone shouted. "We've lost visual. Activate defense grid," Rivas ordered. But the next second, ***. Boom, boom, boom. The lights shut off. The base went dark. Total blackout. Emergency red lights clicked on. Sirens finally screamed. Outside, dozens of shadows emerged from the forest. Tall, fast. Not like the alien mother. These were not weak. They were hunters. With long limbs, razor arms, and no eyes. Only skin covered in bone armor. And hunger. Inside the chaos, Sarah grabbed her med bag. She ran through the halls toward the outer wall. Soldiers passed her, shouting, loading weapons, sealing doors. "No one leaves," a guard yelled. But Sarah didn't stop. She knew what was coming. She wasn't running from danger. She was running toward the alien mother. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Marlowe led a team outside, rifles ready. Snow flew around them like ash. Infrared goggles showed movement everywhere. "Contact, 10 o'clock," someone yelled. A blur rushed past, too fast to shoot. Then screams. Then silence. Marlowe's radio crackled. "They're not like the woman. These things kill for sport." At the wreckage, the alien mother heard the noise. She stood quickly and pushed her daughter into the broken pod. Locked her in. "Stay." No sound. The child obeyed. Her eyes wide, afraid. The mother turned. And waited. Her body shook. Not from cold this time. From memory. Flashback. The same creatures attacked her home planet. Not humans. Something worse. They hunted her kind. Destroyed villages. Burned forests. Left no survivors. She had escaped then. She would not run again. Not now. Sarah reached the wreckage. The alien mother turned to her. They stared at each other. Then a growl behind them. One of the bone-skinned hunters appeared. Its mouth opened sideways. Dripping. Hissing. It leapt. Sarah fell back. But the alien mother ran forward. Screaming a war cry from her lost world. She jumped on the beast, bare hands, nothing else. It fought back. But she didn't let go. She clawed its face, bit its neck, slammed its head into rock. Again, and again, and again, until it stopped moving. Blood on her arms. She stood bleeding, breathing hard. Sarah, stunned, whispered, "You saved me." The alien mother turned. And for the first time, she looked dangerous. But only for a second. Then she collapsed to her knees. Weak, wounded. Sarah rushed to her. Behind them, more shadows moved. But something else arrived too. Human soldiers. Marlowe led them. He saw the scene. He saw the mother bleeding. He saw the dead beast beside her. And for the first time, he believed Sarah. "She's not the enemy," he said. The snow was red now. The blood of the beast melted into the white ground. Its body lay still, its jaw broken, claws twisted. The alien mother had killed it with her bare hands. She was no soldier, no weapon. She was a mother. And now she was dying. Sarah held her tightly. The alien's blood was darker than human blood. Thick, purple-black, and warm. Sarah pressed her hand over the wound. "Stay with me, please," she whispered. The alien mother looked at her with tired eyes. Not scared, not angry, just calm, as if she had done what she came to do. Nearby, Lieutenant Marlowe stood with his squad. The other soldiers stared, confused, silent. They had seen the alien mother fight to protect Sarah. They had seen her daughter hiding, shaking, peeking from the wreckage, just a child. The same child they'd nearly let freeze. No one spoke, until Marlowe finally said, "She saved one of us. That means something." Inside the base, Commander Rivas stood at the window, watching the emergency lights flicker outside. Reports came in from all sides: dead hunters, wounded troops, broken equipment. But it wasn't the damage that bothered him. It was the silence. No more movement on the scanners. The creatures had retreated. Why? His answer came when a medic burst through the door. "Sir, we have one alien survivor inside the gate, the one who saved Sarah. She's hurt. Badly." Rivas turned. "You let her in?" "She was carried in by your own men, sir." In the med bay, Sarah worked fast, gloves soaked in alien blood. She injected pain blockers, guessed dosages from the memory crystal's data. The alien mother breathed shallowly. The child sat beside her, holding her hand, not crying, just watching, waiting, like she had seen death before, like she was used to it. Commander Rivas entered. Everyone in the room froze. Sarah looked up. "She's dying," she said. "She's still an alien," he replied. "She saved me. She broke the perimeter. You broke protocol. And now my soldiers are dead." Sarah stood. Something in her eyes had changed. She wasn't scared of him anymore. And how many more would have died if she hadn't killed that beast? Rivas looked at the child. So small, so quiet. Then at the mother. So broken, so still. A long silence. Then Rivas asked quietly, "What do they want?" Sarah showed him the crystal again. Not war, just warmth. Later that evening, the alien mother slept in the recovery bed. The child beside her. Sarah stayed close. So did Marlowe. They didn't know what tomorrow would bring. Maybe more hunters. Maybe punishment from command. But for now, they had made a choice. Up on the tower, Commander Rivas stood alone watching the sky. A signal from Earth HQ flashed on his screen. Is the alien subject still alive? Was it part of the attack? Send it for testing. Immediately, Rivas stared at the message. Then slowly, he deleted it. No reply, just silence. He turned off his radio, walked back down the tower, and whispered to himself, "She saved one of us. That means something." It was snowing again, but this time no one was afraid. The base had returned to silence. No more alarms. No more monsters in the trees. Just cold wind and soft white flakes falling from the sky like ash or feathers. Inside the base, the alien child sat at a small table. She wore a clean shirt now, human-sized, folded at the sleeves. A warm blanket wrapped around her shoulders. Steam rose from the bowl in front of her. Soup, not alien food, but warm. She looked at it, then at her mother, still weak, resting in the corner of the room. Then back at the soup. She picked up the spoon. Slowly, like she was scared to break the moment. She tasted it. One bite, then another, then a smile. A real one. The first smile since she landed on this planet. In the hallway, Sarah stood beside Commander Rivas. They watched from behind the glass. "She's recovering," Sarah said. "She's lucky," Rivas replied. But his voice wasn't cold anymore. It was tired, worn out, human. Sarah turned to him. "You still think they're the enemy?" Rivas shook his head. "No, but I don't think they're safe either. Not from us." Sarah nodded. "I'll protect them, as long as they're here." "You'll be alone," he said. "No," she replied. "You just watched a child smile over soup. You're not the same man who locked the gate." Rivas gave a dry laugh. "Maybe not." In the rec room, the alien child finished her soup. She looked up. Sarah stepped in and gave her a second bowl. "More?" she asked softly. The child nodded shyly. Then, she did something unexpected. She picked up the spoon, dipped it in the bowl and held it out towards Sarah, sharing. Her way of saying, "This is yours too." Sarah knelt down, took a tiny sip, and smiled back. It's good, she said. The child giggled. Later, the alien mother finally woke up. She saw her daughter asleep on Sarah's lap. Safe, fed, smiling in her dreams. The mother reached out weakly. Sarah took her hand. She's okay now, Sarah said. The alien mother nodded slowly, her eyes full of tears, not from pain, but peace. Thank you, she whispered. Her English was broken, but her meaning was clear. Sarah squeezed her hand. You're welcome. Outside, the snow stopped. For the first time in many nights, stars could be seen in the sky again. Clear, bright, hopeful. In the command room, a message blinked on the screen from Earth HQ. Awaiting report. Alien threat eliminated? Rivas stared at it. Then typed. Alien not threat. Civilian. Refugee. Survivor. Situation. Stable. He paused. Then added. Child requested a second bowl of soup. Permission to offer peace. He sent the message. Final scene. The alien mother and daughter now have a small corner inside the base. A heater warms the space. A table holds simple food. Drawings, made by the child using crayons, hang on the wall. One shows a woman with short brown hair holding hands with a blue-skinned girl. Both are smiling. Above them, in shaky handwriting, Sarah and me. They did not come to take. They came to survive. And in the coldest place, all they asked for was a warm meal and someone who said, "You're safe here." Fade to black.